You ever get that feeling when a team just breathes different after one night? That's exactly what happened with the Edmonton Oilers. Something shifted, and it wasn't small. There was redemption, gutsy coaching, a player silencing the crowd, and a lineup change that could light up the next game. The vibe in Edmonton right now is tense and hopeful at the same time. Like every game's a trial by fire. What's happening behind closed doors could shape the entire season. You're not gonna believe what we've got today. So sit back, hit that like button, and let's dive right in. The sound of the puck smashing off the glass at Madison Square Garden told a story the stats could never capture. Stuart Skinner didn't just defend the net, he defended his reputation, the fans' trust, and maybe the Oilers' short-term future. When he hit the ice that night in New York, everyone still remembered that mistake from opening night. It hung in the air like a fog, even in Knobloch's eyes. But Skinner made a choice. That night would be different. And man, it was. When the scoreboard flashed 2-0 for Edmonton, it was more than a win. It was a statement. Skinner stopped all 30 shots, shut down one of the league's most dangerous offenses, and proved on Broadway that the stage now belongs to him. What stood out most wasn't flash or drama. It was pure control. No panic, no showmanship, just calm precision that spread through the whole bench. You could see it on the guys' faces. The whole team started to breathe a little easier. A few days earlier, things felt way different. Knobloch had given Calvin Pickard a shot, and that stirred the room. A starter always feels it when the coach starts glancing elsewhere. The locker room feels it too. Doubt's a quiet virus. It eats away at morale and confidence. So the game at MSG turned into a turning point. Skinner knew he couldn't just win, he had to convince. And from the first whistle to the last frozen puck, he did exactly that. His glove looked magnetic, his reads flawless. The guys in front of him picked up on it fast. If Skinner was locked in like that, they had to be too. In the second period, when the Rangers ramped up the pressure, he stood tall. Every save drew silent cheers from the bench and sighs of relief from the fans in blue and orange scattered through the garden. Each whistle wasn't just a pause in play. It was a reset in confidence. After the game, the numbers backed up the eye test. 1.44 goals against and a .942 save percentage through the first two starts. A shutout in New York isn't just a stat. It's a statement of mental strength. His look after the final horn said it all. The storm had passed, and he was still standing. Now you can almost picture the Oilers brass taking a deep breath, maybe rethinking those quiet talks about shopping for another goalie. How do you trade a guy who just silenced the Big Apple? The smart move might be to let him roll, because if this version of Skinner sticks around, Edmonton might have finally found its guy between the pipes. And that changes everything. Some nights hockey feels like poetry, and Tuesday in New York was one of those nights. Skinner was under pressure, carrying the weight of the critics. The so-called experts who swore he didn't have what it takes to lead the Oilers to a Stanley Cup. But he didn't answer with words. He let the ice speak. 30 shots. None got past him. And more than that, he played with a calm that brought back memories of the old-school greats. You could see it even in warm-ups. He looked centered, focused, none of that jittery energy from the Calgary game. When the Rangers launched their first attack, he snapped out a glove save that felt like a message. Every puck that came his way said the same thing. I'm here, and I'm not folding. It was his 8th career shutout and his 3rd straight win at Madison Square Garden. That's no small feat. It wasn't just technique, it was maturity. Against Calgary, he'd made that costly mistake, trying to play the puck and handing Kadri a goal. The fans, always demanding, started to doubt. But what Skinner did in New York flipped the script. He stopped 15 high-danger chances, posted 3.53 goals saved above expected, and for 60 minutes turned the rink into his own fortress. Same goalie, new confidence, and a focus that seemed to fuel the whole roster. The Rangers tried everything. Panarin, Lafreniere, Carrick all came up empty. The Oilers' penalty kill went a perfect 5 for 5, with discipline that'd make any coach proud. Trent Frederick buried the game winner off a clean setup in the second, and from there, Edmonton just rode Skinner's rhythm. After the game, Skinner stayed humble, said the key was just playing the way I want to play. No matter the noise, the wins, or the losses. That line hit different. It wasn't cocky. It was conviction. The kind this team's been missing lately, and suddenly, it's back. In the locker room, you could feel it. The boys looked loose, content. That 2-0 felt like more than a score. It felt like a reset. The Oilers moved to 2-0-1 on the year, putting together back-to-back defensive clinics on the road. Sure, it's a long season with plenty of bumps ahead, but this version of Skinner brings hope. And in Edmonton, hope's what keeps the fire burning. From the outside, it might look like just another practice day with some lineup tweaks. But inside the Oilers' locker room, the mood's electric, experimental, tense, and alive. Chris Knoblauch shook up the lines again, and this time, he didn't play it safe. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are running separate lines. It's bold, maybe even provocative, but it shows exactly what the coach wants. More depth, more unpredictability, and a harder team to shut down. Risky, sure, but necessary. McDavid's now flanked by Andrew Mangiapane and rookie standout David Tomaszek, taking back full control as the offensive engine. Tomaszek's hockey IQ and tactical vision have turned heads since preseason. Just 3 games into his NHL career, he's reading plays like a vet, and you can tell the guys respect it. Knoblauch called him a smart stick, and it wasn't empty praise. He's the kind of player who makes a fast-moving system hum. Meanwhile, Draisaitl's anchoring a second line with Nugent Hopkins and Jack Roslovic, a mix of skill and smarts that's hard to defend. The message is clear. Make opponents pick their poison. No coach likes to see Draisaitl with open ice, and now with Nuge beside him, it's double trouble. Edmonton just turned predictability into a two-headed threat. When one doesn't shine, the other lights up the rink. There's logic behind the shakeup. Knoblauch knows championship teams thrive on adaptability. He's seen how keeping McDavid and Draisaitl together can create fireworks, but also leave the rest of the lineup stretched thin. Splitting them brings balance. It gives Skinner a breather too. Possession is defense after all. But the real surprise here is Tomaszek. The kid moves like he's been in the league for years. No goals yet, but he's already notched some assists and 9 shots in limited ice time. His chemistry with McDavid might just be the spark no one saw coming. Elsewhere, the rotation keeps things fresh. Frederick centering Podkolzin and Kapanen, and Adam Henrique guiding the young guns Howard and Savoy. A solid blend of experience and raw hunger. With Jake Wallman still recovering, it's clear Edmonton's building layers. More structure, more ideas, more identity. David Rittich gets the nod against the Islanders, and this could be his shot to prove he can back up Skinner reliably. If this balance holds, Knoblauch won't just silence the doubters. He'll redefine how the Oilers win games. Every Skinner save, every risky tweak from Knoblauch, every new line combination, they all tell the same story. The Edmonton Oilers are reinventing themselves right in front of us. No fear, just belief. The team's showing grit, balance, and a hunger that feels different this time. So the real question is, are we ready to believe again? Because if they keep playing like this, no one's going to want to face them come playoff time. So what do you think? Drop a comment, hit that like, and let's ride this run together.